It is Indiana in the morning. We're glad you're with us this morning at 7:45, quarter away from 8 o'clock. Foggy for you coming in today, Randy?
Very foggy. It really is. The drivers need to be careful.
You betcha. Watch out for that guy in front of you because it might pop up pretty quick. We have to watch out for people in front of us anyway around these parts because people just pull out in front of you just so they can go slower. It is Indiana in the morning, and it's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Randy Degenkolb is with us this morning as we talk a little bit of politics with you this morning. Not overly political, though. Randy appearing on behalf of the Indiana County Republican Party. And as we enter the interview segment, we'll tell you Democratic Party representatives, you need something on Indiana in the morning, just let us know. We'll get you up here. Our visit this morning presented by Marcus & Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row, and the best of Indiana County contests. You can visit them online at marcusandmack.com. So it is the political filing season around Indiana County and Pennsylvania. So what do you got going?
Well, in reference to what you just said, February 18th through March 11th is the petition signing period, which is about 3 weeks. Petitions can be picked up at the election coordinator's office in the basement of the courthouse. Will Reagan is the elections coordinator for Indiana County. He's a county employee, does an excellent job, by the way. And then when you complete those petitions, you turn them back into that same office by March 11th in order to get your name on the ballot. Now, we have a petition signing event tomorrow evening, Thursday, February 27th at Freedom Church. It runs from 5 to 6 as far as the petition signing period.
Okay.
And we're inviting all registered Republicans who want to have their petitions signed in order to get on the ballot to bring them there. And then at 6 o'clock, we will have the movie Reagan, a free movie for everybody. And I want to make that clear, Todd. The petition signing event, you have to have Republicans signing your Republican petition or Democrats signing your Democrat petition. Mm-hmm. So we're billing this as a Republican petition signing event. But as far as the 6 o'clock event for the movie, everybody is invited to come to that. Okay. Regardless of party, regardless of age.
Okay. So those are the parameters for the event. And again, it's tomorrow, Freedom Church. If it's the former Church of the Brethren, it's across the road from Rustic Lodge in Roseanne's. Mm-hmm. So that's where you're going for this event tomorrow. Now, guidelines. There are certainly legal guidelines for petitions and for candidates. What are you running for? The names on your petition. For instance, if you're running for supervisor of a township, do the signees all have to be residents of that township?
They need to be registered Republicans of that township in order to sign your petition. And you can only sign as many petitions as you can vote for. For example, let's say that there were 2 borough council races up in your particular borough. You could sign the petitions of 2 different borough councils, members or candidates, I should say, to be on the ballot. So you can sign as many petitions per positions as you can vote for. Mm-hmm. Now, I counted up this morning, Todd, across Indiana County, there are 333 local positions up for election.
Okay.
Now, that includes 29 school board positions, by the way. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of local stuff on the ballot: auditor, constables, mayors, borough council members or township supervisors, tax collectors, judges of elections, and inspectors of elections. So there's a lot of local positions up.
Yeah. People worry about their qualifications for a particular position that they might wish to run for, and that is a concern. Mm-hmm. You certainly want to be able to do the job for which you get elected. But there are ways to, I don't think bone up is the word for it, but there are ways to prepare yourself for a position that you're seeking.
There are, and if you have any questions on whether you're qualified to run for a position, you need to call Wilson Reagan at the Elections Coordinator Office, mm-hmm. or call the Voter Registration Office of the county, 465-3852, and they'll direct you to Will or try to answer your question. But yeah, in order to prepare to run, I always encourage folks to attend the meetings. Simply go to the meetings. These are public meetings, or talk to those who are in office. Often folks who serve win re-election. Incumbents always have the advantage, of course, but possibly there's some who are not running and there's vacancies on the ballot. And in that case, do a little bit of pre-investigation. What does the job require? How many times do you need to be planning to meet? What all is necessary for you to do that job well?
Yeah, yeah. Which are natural things. You obviously don't want to get yourself put into a position for which you are unprepared. So that's a very, very important aspect of what you're doing. But there are, every year in every election, there are seats that have no candidates. And that's too bad, but it's the reality of the situation. So, look at what's available in your municipality and decide if that's something that you are interested in. And there you go. So the event tomorrow begins at what time?
Well, the petition signing event, that part of it is from 5 to 6. And then the movie begins at about 6 o'clock, the free movie Reagan.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Which is a current movie. So.
It is, with Dennis Quaid. Yes.
Ronald Reagan. I understand he does a great job in that movie.
Yeah, I've heard really good things from those who have seen the movie. Going back to your point regarding the need for people to run for these positions, we've actually seen some boroughs in Indiana County, Marion Center, Arma, Glen Campbell comes to mind, who have really had trouble getting a council seated because of the lack of interest on folks to run for those borough council positions. So, it's not rocket science. You can get on the ballot. Hopefully you win. And when you start attending, the other members of those councils or supervisors, they will help you along. They really will. I've seen that many times. And so I encourage folks to consider serving in local government.
Yeah.
I need to say also there are 3 countywide positions available that are up for election. The coroner position is up this year, the Register of Wills and Recorder of Deeds position, and the treasurer position. Of course, Jerry Overman, Maria Jack, and Kimberly McCullough currently hold those positions. They're Republicans. And we have a magistrate position, Bob Bell, the magistrate in Blairsville. That position is up for election as well.
Okay, so those will all be on the ballots too.
Correct.
And so you're encouraged to come to this event, whether you are a candidate or would like to be one, or you're somebody who wants to support a candidate. You are encouraged to be there tomorrow. Now, this is a Republican Party event, and again, if those from the Democratic Party, if they have similar events that they would like to get publicized here in Indiana in the morning, just get in touch with me. We'll make sure that happens for you. It's 7:53 right now. It's Indiana in the morning here on WCCS. One of the things, Randy, that and anybody who's ever run for office or been elected to office is, unfortunately, there are folks who are hypercritical of those who take on these roles, and that causes others to be reluctant and say, "Why do I want to get in for that kind of aggravation?" And it's sad that it is that way, but it's really good when you have people who say that. I know that there are going to be people taking shots, not literal shots, but there will be people critical of me or of my role within the decision-making process. But when they are able to forge on through past those concerns, that's a good thing, and people should not be discouraged from, because there's going to be people that will be critical of you no matter what.
Absolutely. And, that's part of leadership. If you're going to put yourself out there for leadership, you can expect that. However, often that's a good thing. I've actually had people criticize me and draw things to my attention as an elected official. And at first you might take offense at that, but in the long term you think, I needed to hear that. I needed to get that feedback. And so what might be something that you might get offended at, or someone's critical of you, and that could be privately or very publicly. I've had both. If you take it the right way and you try to answer their questions the best you can, and it causes you to rethink, are you doing it the right way? So that's not always a bad thing, but that's part of leadership, and that is to be expected.
Yeah.
But don't let that distract you or discourage you from running. We have many, many good leaders across this county, and I wish I had the time to name them all and thank them for the time they put into these positions. I really respect them. I really, truly do.
The number of positions that you just said that are open in this upcoming election season, and this is what many people consider to be an off-year election.
Yes.
You get right down to it. These are especially important positions, and there will be plenty of people who will tell you that, this is at ground level here.
It is.
These are the jobs that people do within their local communities that really make a difference. School board especially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I find amazing is we live in a spectator society. Everyone complains about the potholes. Everyone complains about the school board. Everyone complains about their borough council, their supervisors, their whatever. But that's the spectator mentality. That's the Monday morning armchair quarterback mentality. Mm-hmm. It takes a bigger person to actually put your name out there and to serve and to say, I'm going to step up. I'm going to try to be one of those leaders that takes the heat and helps to make the decisions that are good for our people. I really respect those who do that.
Yeah. Okay. So if somebody has questions, again, about the event, this is a good place to get those questions answered tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Of course, I know that you're happy to offer guidance to somebody who might run for election. But again, it is going to be happening tomorrow, and it's at the Freedom Church along Oakland Avenue.
You made a good point there. This isn't just for those who have decided to run and bring a petition. Mm-hmm. If you're not sure if you want to run, come to the event. We have starter petitions for you. We'll give them to you. We'll walk you through what you need to do. Most of these positions, by the way, you need 10 signatures on your petition. We encourage people to get 14 or 15, mm-hmm. which is how many the petition can actually hold, is 15 signatures. But you only need 10, and most people can get 10 signatures.
Yeah.
And so, but if you're not sure if you want to run or if you're not sure how it works, just show up at 5 o'clock tomorrow or between 5 and 6, and we can get you a petition and walk you through that process.
Yeah. And the reason you want more than just the 10 is because part of the political sport is for people to challenge petitions and the signatures on them. So you want to be sure that you are covered in every way. Very good. Randy, thank you so much for coming in to talk about it with us. We appreciate that.
My pleasure. Thank you.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. We're just about 2 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Fox News then, and then we follow with news from the WCCS newsroom on this Wednesday morning.